We are going to talk about Infosys. So let's look at the overall chart first. So as you see, since 2024 to 2021, it was a very standard growth, right? It was linear, and all IT companies have grown gradually with a lot of earnings and stuff all across US and Europe. In 2020, when most of the other companies were not doing so well, IT was still doing well because everyone was working from home. And that's why you see a huge jump because there were a lot of subsidies given, uh, lots of tax rebates were given to a lot of companies. So they were able to hold on to their earnings. And that's where the stock prices also went up a lot. But then came October 2023 and 20, yeah. So then a lot of subsidies stopped. So a lot of there was a lot of fall around that. Also in October 2023, there were a lot of interest rate cuts. So they were elevated US interest rates, which triggered foreign investors to start selling, and there was conflict in Middle East that we know of, due to which there was a fall in 2023. But post that, again, IT was doing well, other companies also did well. People got used to the current conflict of Middle East, and stocks started going up. But then when it went all time high, the PE ratios and all that were so high, FII started selling, and that's why we saw a lot of dip. Now, what is the future plan? So even before I go there, let's look at this graph. So this is a 1 year graph, and you see this particular line, 1400. So you will see that it has stayed between these two lines, 1900, somewhere at 1900 to 1400. It has constantly stayed between this, and this was the all-time high. Every time it hits this, it tends to fall. That's what technical analysis is, right? We try to figure out what are the channels. Now, once it had hit, it started falling, and it stayed between 1600, or let's say 1700 to 1400. Even if the current fall happens, the max it can fall, I think, should be 1400, even if it falls. And because this is a very good support right now, you can see very clearly this point is a very good support where a lot of people have bought. So I don't think it will fall below this. The really major has to happen, like US gave a tariff of 50% or something. That is not gonna happen. Already India has been in conversation with US, and we are getting good, better deals, I would say, because we are trying to find balance between what we can offer to US. Indian government has invested a lot in defense sector via US, so that it balances out the deficit, due to which IT industry is not getting that impacted because they care about the overall deficit, right? And with all of that in mind, I think at max, how much fall we would have is around 8% from where we are today. And looking at that, if we look at 8% drop from where we are, see, if we look at 8% drop from where we are, it will be somewhere around 1440. So the worst I'm thinking is around 1420 is what I'm thinking, which is like 10%, right? So I, as the graph is also suggesting, it's trying to recover, but effectively it's still falling. And the worst, I think, would be done by end of March. Looking at the technical analysis, that's what I think. And yep, so by then at max it should not cross 1420. I would be setting up GTTs around, I think, 1500 and 1420, somewhere around. These would be my targets to do a buy on Infy, because at max that's what I'm thinking it will fall. And we are gonna hear back from Mr. Trump on 2nd April, so probably we'll know what exactly is gonna happen. But that's the max fall I can think of. let's say for worse or worse, even that happens. Then what? Then then it's very difficult because we don't have a very good support between this point, which is 1800, 1850, let's say 1850 to 1400. There isn't a huge support like what you see here. The next support somewhere would be this. This would be the next support, I would say. So I hope it doesn't come to 1200 and it stays above 1400. That's my target. Okay, let's see how it goes.